class, this is Dr. Karsten, and today I'm going to be going over the practice pages. This is from Grade 4, Unit 1, Lesson 4, Session 2. So I'm going to go ahead and jump down to the problems, and I'm actually going to do things maybe a little differently than how they are written here. So for example, here it says, show two ways to add 7,315 and 1,890. I'm going to do one way. One, because I don't want this video to be too long, and two, because I really want to focus on the algorithm that you guys are working on for adding. So the first thing that I have to do is that I have to write the two numbers that I am adding. And I have to do this very carefully. I have to line them up perfectly. So I have to make sure that my ones are over my ones and my tens are over my tens. Another way to do this is to line up your commas. So let me set this up for us. So I have 7,315, and I'm going to add to that 1,890. Now remember, this really cool thing that I like to do with all of you and that I have you do is I like to put these lines in. And they really help me to make sure that I'm adding correctly and carefully so that I don't mix things up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my ones. We always, when we're adding or subtracting or multiplying, we like to start on the right-hand side. So I'm going to start with my ones. And here you can see that I have 5 ones plus 0 ones, or 5 plus 0. And what I end up with is 5. Now I'm going to go to my tens column. And here you can say I have 1 10 plus 9 10. Or a simpler way of thinking about it is I have 1 plus 9. And I get 10. But I'm not allowed to write the number 10 inside of here. Remember, we have to regroup. So when I have the number 10, I'm going to take that 1 and I'm going to move it over, just like I would do if I were working in a place value chart. And you can see this looks a lot like a place value chart. So again, 1 plus 9 is 10. This is how I write 10, but I have to put that 1, I have to regroup it. I'm going to put it over here because 10 tens is 100, so it moves over. And then I leave that 1 over here. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add all these 100. I have the 100, the 100 that I regrouped. I have 300 and I have 800. So 1 plus 3 plus 8 is going to give me 12. So again, I can't just go and write 12 right in here. You're not allowed to have 2 digits in one place value. So instead, I'm going to take that 1 and I'm going to regroup it. Now in this case, this is really 1200. Remember to write 100, we put 2 zeros on something. So that kind of shows you that you have your 200s and that those 10 hundreds are going to actually get regrouped over because they make 1,000. But the easy way is to say I have this number 12. How am I going to write it? 1 plus 3 plus 8 is 12. I put a 1 here. I put a 2 here. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add these numbers. 1 plus 7 plus 1, which is 9. And don't forget your comma. It helps to keep things nice and clear. And I end up with 9,205. So the simple way again, 5 plus 0 is 5. 1 plus 9 is 10. But I can't put both digits here, so I move that 1 over here. 1 plus 3 plus 8 is 12, but I can't put both digits in here from 12. I have to move one of them over, so I have a 1 and a 2. And then 1 plus 7 plus 1 is 9. All right, so we're going to do the same thing down here with the next problem. The way I'm set up here, I didn't leave myself a lot of room. I'm going to move this down a little instead. That'll give me more space to work. And you know, this is not a whole lot of space. Let me see if you guys can see this. I guess you can see it okay. So again, you know what? No, I'm going to rewrite it. It just makes so much more sense to rewrite it. Okay, so I have 1,025. Oh my goodness, I wrote that horribly. This is like a sticky marker. And then I have 4,589. This marker is so weird. Sorry, guys. I don't know, it's just dry or something. Here we go. I'm going to put the lines in to help keep me honest and make this much easier. And like I said, it's just like a place value chart. We have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, and our thousands right there. So first I'm going to add my ones, and when I add 5 and 9, I get 14. But again, I can't just write 14 in here like that. So that 1 is going to regroup because that is really equal to 10 and 4. So just remember that's why we're able to do that. We're going to move that 10 over into the next place value area because 10 ones is equal to 110. So again, 5 plus 9 is 14. I'm going to put my 1 here and my 4 down there for the 14. Now I have 1 plus 2 plus 8. So 8 and 2 I know is 10, plus 1 is 11. So again, though, I can't put that 11 in here. And I'm just writing the numbers over there for you. You don't have to do that. That's just so you guys see what I'm talking about. So 8 plus 2 plus 1 is 11. I can't write 11 in here. I put the 1 up here and the other 1 down there. Now I have my hundreds. So I'm going to do 1 plus 0 plus 5, which is 6 hundredths, because it's in the hundreds place. And then in the thousands, I have 1,000 and I have 4,000. And 1,000 plus 4,000 is 5,000. Or 1 plus 4 is 5. And then you add in your comma. Nice and easy. Okay, next page. So now we have a nice word problem. So let's take a look at this. So it says, last summer, Mia's family drove 1,024 miles from Grand Canyon National Park to Mount Rushmore National Memorial. Then they drove 1,389 miles from Mount Rushmore to Yosemite National Park. How many miles did they drive in all? So let's take a look really quick at this problem and see what we can see. So the first thing that I notice is that I have my two distances they drove. So here's the first one, 1,024 miles. And here's my second one, 1,389 miles. And they want me to figure out how far did they drive in all. When you see in all, that usually means adding. Sum, in all, total. Those are really good keywords for us that you're going to be adding. So let's go ahead and set this up. So I'm going to have 1,024 miles, and then I'm going to have 1,389 miles. And again, I like to have those lines in there. And I'm going to go start in my ones. So when I add my ones, let's go ahead, I don't know, I feel like being colorful. So I'm going to add my ones first. So when I add 4 and 9, I get 13. So here's the number 13. And again, I can't write 1 and 3 over here. You're not allowed to do that. So I have to regroup that 1 and move it over. So I'm going to have 1, 3, 13. Now I'm going to add everything in the tens column. 1 plus 2 plus 8. And again, I know 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So I'm going to put 1, 1 in each place. I had to regroup again because I got 11. So now I get to add everything in my hundreds column. 1 plus 3 is 4. And then 1, now I'm in my thousands. 1 plus 1 is 2. And that's the algorithm, nice and easy. So now I have to make sure that I answer. I showed my work, that's done. I have to now write my answer down here. So I want to write my total, 2,413, and I need to label it miles. And you could have written a whole sentence. You could have said that they drove 2,413 miles in all. See, how many miles did they drive in all? They drove 2,413 miles in all. All right, let's take a look at the next one. I know the next one is giving a few people some trouble. So let's see if we can understand what they're saying in this problem. So here it says, use the tiles below to find a number that makes each addition problem true. You may use a tile more than once. That's important, that you can use a tile more than once. These are the tiles. They want us to pick these and put them in here to try and make these true. So right now you have to think. Let's look at this one. 1 plus what number equals 5? Well, I know that 1 plus 4 is 5, just like I know 5 minus 1 is 4. So I'm going to put 4 in there. And I'm allowed to use 4 again, so don't cross that off. 1 plus what number is 6? I know that 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus some number is 3. I know that 1 plus 2 is 3. And then here it just says 3 plus nothing. There's no other number up here, so something has to add up to 3, it's got to be the number 3 all by itself. 3 plus nothing is 3. So now let's go over here and see, because I feel like this one's going to be a little bit trickier. So let's take a look. So 9 plus some number is 0. 9 plus some number is 0. How could I get a 0 there? Oh, wait. If I got it up to 10, I would have to regroup. That's right. So what I'd end up with here is if I put a 1, 9 plus 1 is 10, but I can't put a 1 in there. Let's show those lines, because I think that'll make it even more clear. If I put my lines in here, so now you can see where your place values are. That's going to help to make it even more clear. So watch, 9 plus 1 is equal to 10, but I can't write 10 down here. See how there's just the 0? That 1 has to regroup up here into the tens. So now let's take a look at this. So now we have 1 plus 1, which is 2, plus some number is going to give me 4. 2 plus what number is 4? Or 4 minus 2 is equal to that number. You know, you can do your fact families if you want. Remember how to do these? 2 plus something is 4, or 4 minus 2 is that number. So I know now that that's going to be a 2, because I know 2 plus 2 is 4. So I'm going to put a 2 in there. So now 3 plus something is 8. And again, you can do your fact family if you want. So 3 plus something is 8, or 8 minus 3 is 5. Good job, guys. So 3 plus 5 is 8. Now we're to our last one. 5 plus some number is 9. And again, you can think of your fact families. So 5 plus a number is 9, or 9 minus 5 is that number. And 9 minus 5 is just 4. And there you have it. All right, let's take a look at the next problem. So for this one, it says, on Monday, Calvin runs 4,250 meters. On Tuesday, he runs 4,980 meters. How many meters does he run on Monday and Tuesday? So we have to put those together again. So let me go ahead and stack them for us. So we have 4,250 plus 4,980. So let me draw those lines in, because I like the way that they help us out. Okay, so here we go. We start on the right. We start in the ones. This is the ones. 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 8 is 13, but I can't write 13 in there. I have to take that 1 and move it over to the next place value. So I'm going to put my 3 here, but that 1 is going to go over here into the hundreds. 1 plus 2 plus 9. Well, this is nice and easy. Let's do 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 2 is 12. But again, I can't write 12 right here. I'm going to put my 1 and regroup it, and then I can leave those 2 1s, because this is 110, 2 1s, but really, they're hundreds and thousands. But we're going to stick with looking at it like this to make it easy. And now I go ahead and I add these, and I have 4 plus 4, which is a nice doubles fact. That's 8 plus 1 is 9. And there you have your answer. But we have to write it over here. What's our solution? 9,230 meters. All right, last question. Let's take a look at it. So here we go. It says Sam adds 6,152 and 379 and gets a sum of 9,942. Explain why Sam's addition is incorrect. Ooh, tricky, 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 tricky. Incorrect. And find the correct sum of 6,152 plus 379. So the best way to do this, to figure out what someone else's mistake is to do it yourself correctly. So let's go ahead and do it correctly ourselves. So I'm going to go ahead and write this, 6,152 plus 379. I'm very curious for us to figure out what Sam did wrong. All right, so here we go. So 2 plus 9. 2 plus 9 is 11, but I can't just write 11 in here. I have to go ahead and regroup. All right, well, there's a mistake right there already. Look at that. He got a 2 there. How did he get a 2 in there? That's bizarre. I don't know. Let's keep going. So 1 plus 5 plus 7. So that's going to be 13. So I'm going to, again, I can't just write 13 in here. I have to put my 1 up here and my 3 down here. Oh, wow. This is like really different, isn't it? I think I might see what he did. Because I keep thinking, how am I going to get a 1 over there? How am I going to get a 1 over there? All right, so here we go. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. Wow. This is getting stranger and stranger. And then 6 plus nothing is 6. What did he do? What could he possibly have done? Do you guys have any ideas what he did? How on earth did he get a 9 over here? Oh, wait a second. If he got a 9 over here, because this is what we got, if he got a 9 over here, look at that 3. I wonder if he lined them up incorrectly. Let's try that. Let's see if that's a possibility. So let's do that. Now remember, this is the wrong way. This is, or a wrong way. Okay? So we're going to line them up incorrectly, but I feel like that's not going to even work for us. Maybe it will. Let's see. 3, 7, 9. So you see how I'm lining up my 100 under my 1,000? You're not allowed to do that. This is all sorts of wrong. So now let's go ahead and try it. 2 plus nothing is 2. 5 plus 9 is 14. 1 plus 1 plus 7 is 9. And 6 plus 3 is 9. Look, it matches his mistake. Sam did not line up his place values carefully. Let's write that. Sam did not line up his numbers carefully. Line up his numbers by, let's say, by place value, because that would be what carefully means. Wow, did you see that? So remember, this is the wrong way. This is not the way that we do it. This is the right way. We showed it the correct way. Wow, that was kind of cool. I love those where it's like a mystery and you have to solve it. All right, my friends, I hope that this helps you out. Remember, the algorithm is that we want to regroup and we want to add our numbers. We want to draw these little lines to help us out. It helps us so much. So please do that, and remember that when we are working in SLS Online, Smart Learning Suite Online, Hello Smart Online, please, please, please make sure that, or if you're doing a quiz for me, please make sure that you do your work. Definitely when we're doing a quiz, make sure you're doing your work on a separate piece of paper. Don't just do things in your head. Do your work on a separate piece of paper and then write it in SLS Online or write it in the quiz. SLS Online, if you're comfortable, you guys can go ahead and you can write there, write on it. It's up to you. We're going to get better and better at this all together, and I'm really proud of all your hard work. All right, I will see you in our Google Classroom. Have a great night.